This is going to be a quick demonstration of how the Lansky 5-stone sharpener works, as well as how I recommend you sharpen your case knife for the first time. So I read some information on case knives, and it says that they come out of the factory with, I think, I want to say like 35 to 40 degree angle on their blades. The edge is about a 35 to 40 degree angle. Pretty steep angle. If you're watching this video, there's a chance that you're not satisfied with the way your case knife is sharpened, and you're probably going to want to get a sharper edge on it. I mean, it's sharp enough to cut, but I don't know. I really like a very sharp blade on my knives, so the Lansky Sharpening system is a great system to have that done. So I'm going to show you just a quick tutorial on how it's done. First of all, it comes with these stones here. My system comes with 5 stones. They go from 70, let me see here. They go from 70 grit all the way up to 1000 grit. You're going to probably want to start with a medium grit stone, which is this green one here. It says, let's see, I think it says actually it doesn't have the grit on it. It just says LS 280. I don't think that's the grit. It could be. Yeah, that is it. That's 280 grit is what this medium stone is. I'm gonna start with this, and then I'll move up to the fine stone 600 grit. I could go to the 1000, but I don't think that's necessary, not for this knife. The application that I'm going to be using it for. Very, very important, before you start sharpening, make sure you connect the guide rod here through the bottom. Make sure that this portion is level with the stone, and then tighten it down. And then you're going to want to lay it on a flat surface and look at the guide rod and see if it's if it's slanted up or slanted down. You need to bend that just a little bit with some soft pressure. There's instructions in the kit, but bend it with some hand pressure. Nothing crazy, just to make sure it's, for the most part, laying flat with the stone. Okay, that'll ensure that you get an even grind and a accurate angle as you're sharpening the blade. Now, I would recommend starting with 30 degree angle. You can see here on the sharpener, this is what you get when you buy the sharpening kit, by the way. You just get this mount. Okay, this holds the blade in place, pretty self-explanatory. You can read the instructions, but you're gonna wanna put the blade in here, tighten it down, and this gets it even tighter. This little knob here, you tighten it, and it basically just holds it by the blade, very secure. It's not going anywhere. This is a mount sold separately. I think they're 10 bucks about on Amazon. It's made out of aluminum, fits in the kit. It's very good. So anyway, you just set that on there like that. And starting with the medium stone here, I would recommend staying with a 30 degree angle, because as I said before, these case knives come out of the factory with a pretty steep angle. And if you're going for the 20, if you're going for the 25 with a 20 degree angle, which is this notch here, let me show you that. You've got 30, 25, 20, 17. If you're going for any of these here, it's going to take, a little bit of time and effort to get that grind down to those angles. So, and I've found that the 30 is more than sufficient for this type of knife. So what you do is you basically just set it in there. You're not putting any hard pressure or anything like that. You just set it in the hole on the 30 degree angle. You rest the stone at the base of the blade here, and then you're just going to push forward and go to the end of the blade. And you can use the weight of the stone to do this. And you just want to go about 10 times. And what this does, although it seems like it's loose, it's really not. It's just a little loose on this mount here, but that's not a problem at all. That angle is fixed. And every swipe that you do is guaranteeing a 30 degree angle. okay? So you'll hit that a few times and then you'll stop. And what you do is you just flip it over. Put it back on the mount. Now you're going to hit the other side of the blade at the same exact angle. 30 degrees, nice and easy, to the end of the blade. Now if you notice that, you know, it's not quite getting the edge that you want, you might want to move down to a lower grit to really ensure that you're getting that 30-degree angle grind. But what's going to happen is you get a little bit of metal and stone particles on the blade there. But what's going to happen is with time, as you're hitting that blade with those smooth strokes, it's going to get sharper and sharper, and you can feel the tip of your thumb very carefully. I mean, you can feel how sharp that is, and I've been working on this for a little while, and it's very, very sharp. Very sharp. And the reason I really like this Lansky system is because it gives you total control. You know, if you're trying to use some other systems, it might end up putting deep scratches on the blade. Here, you can be very, very careful. Oh, that's the fine grain. Here you can be very, very careful and ensure that you're not damaging your blade. You're keeping that, you know, sharpening on the edge of the knife. And it just gives you a really, really clean edge. So anyway, that's a quick tutorial, and I'm going to move up to the fine grain here pretty soon, but I just wanted to show you guys how that works and just pretty much tell you how this is a great system, and I highly recommend it.